Right guys, so the date is currently the 1st of November, but this is the October progress update. Just a quick apology for that. I have been a little bit sick lately, but progress update's got to get done. Need to hold myself accountable. So that's what this video is for. And just another little FYI, the rest of this video will be scripted. So let me know in the comments down below if you don't like how it sounds, if it's too jarring, whatnot. I'll go back to unscripting the videos, which, I'll be honest, they're a bit harder to edit and make and whatnot, but honestly, if it makes you guys happy, I'm happy with that. So, without further ado, I don't know how to do this. Let the progress update begin. Alright boys, I hope you enjoyed that little montage. Don't worry, that's not like the full thing. That is going to release later today. But for now, honestly, all I want to do for you guys is strip naked.
What did he say?
Not literally, but I do want to show you like everything progress related. Going to show you my habit trackers, going to essentially just hold myself accountable. So let's get into that. Alright boys, so as you can see here, there are a lot of ticks on this habit tracker, but I'll be honest with you, it's nowhere near as much as I'd like it to be. But one thing you can see here is the habit that I've been most consistent in is exercise. And I mean, boys, that makes sense, doesn't it? How do I say this? Exercise was like the first self-improvement habit that I ever picked up. Before this channel became a self-improvement channel, it started as a fitness channel. So you can see then why exercise is the habit that I've been most consistent in. It's literally the first habit that I, even attempted to get consistent in the first place. And even on those days where I haven't ticked it off on the habit tracker, I've still exercised. It's literally been that I've forgotten to, I've got scissors with me here, I've literally forgotten to pick up the pen and write it down. This isn't a pen, but they move. So you can see that exercise has been pretty good. I've been very consistent in it. But what about diet? So in my August progress update, I showed you a lot of different aspects of my self-improvement. But one thing you didn't see was the diet. And there's good reason for this. So since starting self-improvement, I've avoided eating any kind of processed sugars. And I literally used to tell myself, eat as much as you want, but don't eat sugar. And I've stuck to that literally like relentlessly, which I'm really proud of. But I still wasn't eating ideal food. Before I started this cut, I was just eating my mum's cooking, which, don't get me wrong, it tastes amazing, and my mom's probably gonna watch this video. Your food tastes really good, don't worry. But you can see here in these images that the protein to carb to fat ratio just isn't there. It's not really like ideal eating if you're trying to, get super into your health and fitness. Alright guys, so these are some of the meals that I'm eating nowadays. And I don't even have to show you the macros for you to see that the protein to carb to fat ratio is completely in check. For the first time since I've started lifting, I'm actually getting enough protein. And I don't know how to describe this to you, but it feels a bit like steroids. Obviously, I've never tried steroids before, but I can feel just the boost in energy that it gives me. So exercise is good, and diet is honestly even better. But what about the stuff that you don't see every day? Now guys, I want to move into what I like to call the quieter side of self-improvement. So these habits aren't really designed to make you instantly look more physically attractive, but they still play a very, very big role in self-improvement. These are the habits that work on your mental health. So for me, in terms of working on your mental health, the two heavy hitters, you could say, have been gratitude journaling and meditating. I'm going to show you the habit tracker once again. So you can see here on the habit tracker that in terms of the gratitude journaling and the meditating, I've been somewhat consistent with it, but it's still far from ideal. And it's quite interesting to point out that last month, during that October progress update, I was actually pretty heartbroken over this girl that, I was talking to her and I started to catch a bit of feelings. Yet, even through that, do I sound cringe when I say that, boys? Oh, fucking Little Cammy got his heart broken, but he's all in tears. No, it's alright. I had that heartbreak externally, but internally I was still, very strong, very good mental health. And it's because I was consistent with those habits. Like you'll see on the Medito app, I was leveling that up literally like it was some type of video game. But this month, no kind of like external drama whatsoever. Yet the mental health has kind of taken, just a little bit of a dip. And that's reflected, in the consistency. As you can see here, there just haven't been ticks put up. And I've noticed the results of that. Another thing I noticed is that last month, when my mental health was at its peak, I became very hyper aware of the progress that I was making. But this month, despite being on the cut, despite making more progress than ever, I look in the mirror and I think to myself, I still look the same. So the mental health habits, they're so. But what about reading, learning, and high income skills? This is where I'm going to hold myself accountable. I've been caught lacking bad with these skills, guys. And do you want to know the excuse that I've been playing in my head over and over and over again? I don't know what to do. High income skills? I'm too young. And reading? What book should I read? I'm glad I'm sharing this with you guys because honestly, it's pathetic. Now, I did manage to save the reading. I began reading this book. It's from Viktor Frankl. It's called A Man's Search for Meaning. It's just kind of a way for me to ease back into the habit and hopefully get consistent with it once again. Now, in terms of high income earning skills, it took me a while to come to the realization that the high income earning skill I should be doing is the one that I've been doing all along. It's this. It's YouTube. And lastly, we come to sleep, which is honestly the same as the reading. Now, in terms of the quality of my sleep, I actually stack up fairly well against the average person. But as cliche as it sounds, self-improvement isn't exactly about being average. I learned this month the hard way that the amount of hours that you're in bed isn't an accurate representation of the amount of sleep you get. Hopefully I'll talk about this more in a future video. So that concludes the October progress update, guys. As you can see, physically, the progress has been absolutely insane. But in terms of the stuff you don't see, the stuff behind the camera, I've still got a lot of work to do there. And I hope to bring you some proper progress in that department next month. Until then, guys, what can I do? I've held myself accountable here and we'll check in next month. See you later.